Okay, so we are actually exploring the concept of inheritance, and we'd like to understand it from the global class. So we are going to create a global class in which we are going to declare methods and attributes of all the types, like public, private, and protected. So we'll go ahead with the attributes. In the attributes, I will give it as something like a of n. A, and the level is instance. Then the visibility is public, and here I'm giving it as numc underscore 5. Then we have B, instance attribute. Then we have this as public section. numc underscore 5. Then we have some C, instance attribute, public section, numc underscore 5. So now now let me change this to the B to protected section, and then we will change this C to private section. Now we have got 3 variables of 3 different visibilities. Then we have the methods. In the methods, we'll go for M1. Level is instance. Visibility is public. Then we have M2. Instance, public. M3, instance, public. Now here we will change this to M2 will change this to protected. This is private. Save. Now once it's been done, so in the attributes we have ABC, and in the methods we have M1, M2, M3, and then we can actually do the implementation part of this. Like in the implementation we'll normally have a very complex kind of codes in the real time. You might have observed that and explored that in the SAP standard classes, that CL underscore GUI underscore LV underscore grade. Here, but we are writing a simple program so that we can understand that. Public method, save, M2, right, and protected method, save, back, M3, right, and private method, save, back. Now, so we have got the declaration part for all the methods. We written updated all the attributes here, methods here, and then we will activate this. Okay. And then to demonstrate how it can be copied to another class, so we'll just go for CL5. This class and here we'd like to go for properties. So here we need to write the superclass. In the properties, I went into superclass, and in the properties superclass, I need to write ZVA underscore CL4. Now, what is ZVA underscore CL4? Okay, so I just need to change the properties of it because it should not be the final class. Let me first change that CL4. We need to go for change. In this, it should not be a final class. So this final has to be unchecked if it needs, if you want to maintain the subclass back. Because if you have this final class, you cannot have the subclass. Now we'll make the CL5. So CL5 change, and this will go for the properties, and in the properties we are going to add the superclass, and in the superclass I'm going to add ZVA underscore CL4. Now it can be added, there will be no issue. So save. Now if you make this as a final class, again you cannot have the subclasses for this particular class. Otherwise you can maintain the subclasses again for this one. So interfaces, friends, attributes, and methods. So attributes and methods are automatically copied from the parent class. But if you see, we have created 3 attributes and 3 methods. So what I wanted to highlight here is that you can see only 2 attributes and 2 methods, because private section cannot be accessed from here. That's the main thing. So if you see the M1, you can have this implementation is done. This is done. So we'll go ahead with this class CL5. CL5 happens to be subclass of the CL4. CL4, if you see. So that is updated from the subclass. What I will can it. And so in the attributes, what we can do is we can override the values here. We can override the values here. So we have this. Now we'll go ahead with the, yeah, that's it. So let's consume this CL5 into our program. CL5. So now CL5, if you make use of the CL5 in our program, how it is going to impact is what we see now. I'm giving the program name as also CL5. So now we'll go for data, OBJ, type F2, ZVACL5, start of selection, create object, OBJ, then call method, OBJ, M1. So we call this so here we can see that we're able to call the M1 only because M2 is in the protected section. So M2 is the protected section, that's the reason we are not able to call it from the program. So if we just save it, syntax check, activate and execute, AMP public method is coming. But basically where are we calling it from? We're calling it from the subclass. And where did we define the code for this M1? It was there in the actual class. So here we have this. It's not active here. CL4 is not active. So AMP public method and subclass, both things are coming from directly from that particular method. So what we observe from this scenario is that whatever we have declared in the superclass, whatever we define in the superclass can be accessed from the subclass to a certain extent. And what is that extent? It can copy only the public and protected sections, not the private section. That's what we have seen now. So when you go here into the methods, you can only see M1 and M2. And going back again, now we have to go ahead and see what is accessed from the class, since as from the program. So from the program, since program is out of the class, so you can access only the public section. Neither protected nor private can be accessed from the program. So this is the intention of this scenario.